Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we will be looking about interface in Java. So in the last lecture, we are looking about the inheritance. I said multiple inheritance is not possible. For that, we need interfaces. So with interfaces, we could get something called something like a multiple inheritance kind of behavior. So to have interface, it's literally the same like the inheritance, except we need to use a keyword, sorry, interface. I'm just going to have a parent class. Here I'm going to have a method called display. So void display is present over here. Now, how we create a derived class in case of inheritance? We'll just say class. I just name it as child. There we'll be using extends keyword. Here we need to use the implements keyword. So implement. Be clear with one thing. Inheritance. In inheritance, derived class will be extending the base class. But in case of interface, the derived classes will be implementing the base class. You'll understand why is it implement. So what it's implementing? It's parent. Now it shows an error. Just see what is it. The child must either be declared abstract or implement. So just give implement methods. So it just implements it. What means basically all methods here have body, cannot have body. Interface means it's just going to have set of methods which are going to be present or which are going to be implemented child. So it should be like this. So the child members are the ones which are going to implement this parent. So here I'm just say shout in child class. Okay. Now if I try to create object for this child object is equal to new child. Now just say object dot display. Let's try running this. See, in child class has been printed. What if I try to create an object for the parent? Parent p is equal to new parent. It's like this. It's another way of implementing the unimplemented methods over here. So you could give something like shout. Oh, now if I try running this, hello is printed over here. So now I don't need this. I just remove this. Here you might be having various confusions like okay, it is the same means why do we have abstract classes? What's the difference between the abstract ones and the interface? And what is this override stuff? Let's cover them one by one. First of all, abstract means you could have this kind of declaration thing, but no definition, no body for that. And you could have also implemented methods over that. In case of abstract, where is that? See, oh, in case of abstract things, we could also have methods which have body in over here. But in case of interface, you cannot have that. You cannot have the thing. If I try to create another method called void show, if I try to have body, it just shows an error. See, interface abstract methods cannot have body. So only the declaration should be present over there. There are three different types of interfaces. One is the marker interface, another one is the functional interface, and third is just simple interface. You just have n number of methods over here, n number of method declaration over here. And another thing is functional means it's called simple abstract methods, which means you're going to have only, this is a simple abstract method. We are having only one thing, only one declaration over here, and the child just implements it. This is simple. And marker interface means if you have zero functions over there, that is called marker. Another thing is override. What is this override doing? So whenever you have something like this, just open it and go to the declaration thing. Say at interface override. So basically what this override do means it just tells the compiler that when we create an object and call this display, it just goes over here and it says there is no body. You just override that thing with this and implement this. And in inheritance, I also said in the left side we could give the parent class over there. So let's give this parent p is equal to new. See, child is over here. So now I try to print the what display in child class. It works completely. Another thing is called lambda expression. So just remove this child itself. So I don't need any of this. So I'm having only an interface, and that interface I'm having one unimplemented method. I need to create object for that. So let's create parent object which is equal to new parent. Now you do the implementation. Just says out uh, implementing the unimplemented method. So it's a typo over here. Yeah. But the syntax is you need to have a semicolon over here. So basically, you're trying to create an object for this, but you cannot do it. So that you are going to implement the unimplemented things over here. Now I try doing this obj dot display. Now this one would be invoked. Implementing the unimplemented methods. So you could do it like, oh, you could do it like parent object which is equal to remove everything, just give a set of parentheses, do what should be the statement in something like this. Oh, in display. Okay. Now when I try to do this object dot display, it works. So we have covered almost every basic thing about this interface. We will also look in deep details in this about in this interfaces and stuffs in the upcoming lectures. So hopefully it's clear. Hopefully you understood the basics of the interface. Why we have interfaces solely to have the declaration of functions there and to be implemented by the child members, or you could do it like this as well as an lambda expression. So it's completely fine. So hopefully it's clear. I think it's clear that how we are doing the multiple inheritance stuffs over here. So that's it. Thank you for watching.